Alright, hello, my name is Dominic and I'm a mechanical engineering student here at the University of Bristol. And my topic is about 3D printing. Now many of you might ask, what is 3D printing? Well, 3D printing is an additive way of manufacturing things. It's building certain things layer by layer. So for example, if you have this plug right here, right, and you want to produce this, all you have to do is to scan it with lasers, and the machine will print this like layer by layer. It will start the first layer there, then it will print the next layer, and so on until you have this product. Now, say in a distant future, 100 years from now, maybe 200, and the 3D printing technology becomes very, very advanced. Well, there has been a lot of rumors or discussions about robots invading humanity. And the thing is, if 3D printing becomes very, very high-tech, then there's a chance that the computer will be able to reproduce its own robot army, and humanity can be wiped out. And let's hope that doesn't happen. But the scope of this presentation is not about that. It's about how 3D printing will benefit humanity. Now let's start with the beginning of manufacturing in history. We all started with Stone Age, right? And it all came from desire to survive. Humanity needs food. And in order to find food, humanity had to find out a way to kill animals more efficiently. So maybe in the past, one person got a rock, hit the animal with it, and said, wow, it's effective. And they refined ways to make that killing more efficient. And they sharpened it until they had weapons. Fast forward from that time came the Industrial Revolution. The steam engine was invented and it enabled humanity to do a lot of magnificent things, to build cars, factories, mass-produce stuff. And that revolutionized our way of living. And then fast forward again, we got the computer era, electronics, internet, and that again had so much benefits. So in short, being able to manufacture things does enhance life in our planet. It does enhance the quality of life because it allows us to do things, and being able to do things gives you progress in society. Now, how does 3D printing work? Well, you start, you sketch it, you have an idea, and you put it in a computer-aided design software. You upload it to the machine, and it will print it layer by layer. And then, once that's done, it does take quite some time right now, but once it's done, you can interact with it, just the way you would on an object. Big question is, how will it help you? Well, as I said a while ago, being able to manufacture these things by yourself on an instant will enable you to do plenty of things. So let's start with the first one. Domestic. Say you are in your house, you're having a party, and you don't have the cork opener for your champagne or for your wine, and you have a 3D printer there. Problem solved. Just print the cork opener. That's how it is. But right now, we have very many ways of applications for 3D printing. We can produce complex objects, produce some knives, we can make lamps, chairs, and so on, and it has very many applications. The next one is on our health. We have that one there, it's a 3D printed jaw. Now, one woman had a cancer, and she needed a replacement of jaw. Now, they couldn't use the usual things, the usual way of making the artificial jaw. So they scanned the jaw of the person and reproduce it with 3D printing. And that's the great thing about it. It can create a very accurate replica of things. Next one is for prosthetics, for artificial, for hearing aid, and most controversially, being able to create human organs. Right now there's a thing called the biobank, which they combine with a certain substance and create layers of tissue. Now, it is still in infancy and very, very controversial indeed, because it involves the use of stem cells. But they have already made a piece of kidney, and although it will not work if you put it in the body, it has the same structure as a normal one. Next one is the vegetable industry. You can create very complex objects, very complex shapes with 3D printing, because that's the advantage. You can create those jewelries, shoes for women, electric guitar, and iPhone cases. Very, very, you can create really, really cool shapes and stuff. And I'm pretty sure that this will attract a lot of people to buy more aesthetically pleasing objects. Oops. Next one is the problem with the 3D printing invention. People, if say 3D printing became available to everyone in each houses, then that means that people will be more encouraged to create their own stuff. Because all they do is design with a computer, right? And if they create stuff, say they were able to create something that's very innovative, that can help that has very many applications, that can cause demand. But with demand, there is also the problem of piracy, because someone can just steal the idea, the design from someone's computer, upload it to the internet, then people can just print it themselves without buying it. Next one is digital sculpture. With 3D printing, you can create, again, complex shapes. And it's just an extra field of art. Just the same way with digital graphics. Now this one is turning digital graphics into real objects. So it is very good. Now with architecture, there's a guy named Jack Fresco, and his idea is to build houses. One of his ideas is to build houses that's affordable for everyone. Now, if we can make a large-scale 3D printer that can build houses with very cheap costs, because using very cheap materials, and it will be very revolutionary. People in slums can be transferred. Like they can remove the slums and replace it with these things. And plus things that it's recyclable. You can just shred the material and then, or not shred, but destroy it and turn it into very little pieces. And then use it again to build stuff. It's very recyclable, has tremendous applications and so on. And those are one of the designs. And actually, this one right here is one of the Dutch engineers is trying to build that right now. Although, as a house, I don't see it how it is a good one. Just look at that one. Does that mean he will slide from there to get down? I don't know. But yeah. Also, in 3D printing, it's very useful in space. Because say someone in space, right, say one of his tools is not working, you can just, instead of asking from planet Earth to send one, which would cost very, very expensive, just a 1 kilogram of object costs thousands of dollars just to send it from here to space. So being able to just produce it on the site is very, very economic. Also, same thing with the platforms. It's the same thing. If one of their sources is not working, they can just create it instead of having it sent from the land and then use all the oil to travel this ship. And the limitations, well, right now, 3D printing is very expensive. They have ones which cost $20,000, but they also have ones which are like $5,000. But that's still, it's still not something that we can see in everyone's house. But we have one right now in the emergency measures building, and it's being used there. And I think 3D printing has the potential to be the same thing with computer. The computer started with very, very large computers, the size of the room. Then it became more accessible to everyone. And then now you can see it everywhere, and it's very affordable. That's what I see with 3D printing. Right now it's very expensive, and then demand will increase, many people will buy it, it becomes cheaper, and eventually becomes available in everyone's house, just like printing normal paper. I mean, printing normal page 2D printing. And so on. Thank you for listening.
Do you want questions?
Are there any questions? Go on.
Do you think it could lead to the end of mass production if everybody just 3D prints and we would have to
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. If it becomes available, that's a problem. If it becomes available in everyone's house, right? People will probably not buy from the companies. They will buy designs online and print it themselves. But the problem there is that again, piracy, right? Instead of buying one exactly, you just download from say the 3D printing version of Pirate Day, you just print it themselves. But yeah, I think there's a huge potential for that one. Go on.
So you do not think the ability to simply, just reproduce something just like that will make humanity even more wasteful than it is now?
I don't think it is because it definitely will make humanity more, not productive, but they will create more stuff, hence using more resources. But then with 3D printing, we can just reuse those materials and then put it again in the 3D printer and manufacture. Now the only problem is how do you turn that object, that finished product into the basic materials. So that's something that engineers need to find a solution for.
If it's currently being used for things like prosthetic limbs, and there are ideas of it being able to be used as human organs, does that not mean that it could produce food? And from that, could that not mean it could eventually produce life?
Yes.
What are the limitations going on here?
I've got a picture here of a bacon.
Bacon.
Printed with bacon.
Printed bacon.
This I have to say.
Now that's what I want.
Suddenly I'm sold. I'm sold. Give me 3D printers.
Oh, what's the feedstock for that? Is that, do they start with bacon, mash it up, and then reheat it?
Then they shove the whole pig.
There's some kind of animal shredder.
There you go.
Hang
on.
Oops. What happened?
Sorry, YouTube, technical hitch here. We're done in a minute. Hang on. I'm talking to the camera.
You named the camera.
No, I was talking to. You know what I mean? Talking to the audience.
I'll just show it to you.
Hang on. That seems to have turned off.
I'll just show it to you.
That's really nice.
Yeah, they made this bacon. It's not necessarily for eating, but to show that 3D printing can create complex shapes. Because it's a multi shape, like it's bending and curving. It's a very weird shape, but they made it using materials to produce bacon.
I like how you described that it was bacon, but not for eating.
That is possibly the worst kind of bacon imaginable.
It's got the same structure, same chemicals on it. That's why right now they're even trying to build 3D printed burgers. And there's already a big problem with genetically modified soybeans. And if you add up 3D printed food, that will also get caused of issue. But I have no opinion on that right now.
What makes it inedible?
What makes it inedible? It is not inedible, but it might have some chemicals combined on it. When the printing process goes right now, it might not be very pure the way it's printed.
Right.
How hard is it to print things which have more than one material, sort of metal or plastic?
Right now we can use titanium, plastic, wood, some organic materials, steel, very many. And there's more chance that we can expand that more. And
Can you have
to
things like
create
wood?
more complex objects.
Can you have things that wood and metal together?
Yes.
Really? How does
They
that
can.
help?
Like the printer gets the, think of it like cartridges. like one cartridge is for steel, one cartridge is different materials. And the
Basic
machine
cartridge.
takes those, and then we put it layer by layer, just the way 2D printing is done. That's how it is. So,
Could produce liquids.
I haven't seen one yet, but it could, why not? Yeah.
I mean, it's quite an interesting idea, because obviously if you're producing organic, it's
As
just
long as
something about that.
it's not very viscous, it can have the shape, I'm guessing. Well, yeah, why not? Could be.
I saw somebody say, to this point, how hard would it be to make a gun?
They can actually make 3D printed guns. Yeah, that's also one thing I forgot to mention on the stuff side. Is one of the disadvantages that people can print guns. But right now they made an automatic gun, but it was only able to shoot 6 bullets before it gets destroyed. Because they did not use steel. But if they use steel or other material, then definitely you can print guns. So yeah, that's something the
No one tell the
officers
NRA
will
this.
be able to have to think about. Are there any questions?
Do you know how you use the printer in
No, yes, but this one is we're just building, and yeah, maybe next year they might be asked to use it.
If you could produce anything on a 3D printer, what would it be?
One of my business program. Just kidding, just kidding.
I'm sure you can buy
Well-
one anyway.
Maybe a laptop casing, or I don't know. We'll see.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Excellent.